Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Friday, December 29th, 2023. Now if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are the games for Friday in college hoops. First up, we see Kennesaw State and Indiana. This one's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern. I just think this is too many points to be laying with Indiana. We've seen them, win games at home against some of the weaker teams in their schedule, but a lot of those wins by single digits. I mean, take a look at the teams ranked outside the top 100 in KenPom. Florida Gulf Coast, they beat them by 6 points. Army, they beat them by 8 points. Another single-digit win against Wright State. 1-point win against Morehead State. So, Kennesaw State is 9-4 this season. They're a team I think you should watch out for in the A-Sun, even though they lost their best player in the offseason, Chris Youngblood, and their head coach to the South Florida Bulls. I still think Kennesaw State's one of the better teams in the A-Sun. Fundamentally strong team. They don't turn the ball over much. They force turnovers. They get to the free throw line. They're a pretty good offensive rebounding team. They take care of business on the perimeter in terms of the defense. So I think Kennesaw State plays well. They covered the number against Indiana last year in this matchup on the road. I think they do so again this season. Give me the points with the Owls. Next up, it's Brown and Stony Brook. This one's going to be 6:30 Eastern. For me in a game like this, I want to trust the better defense, and Brown, I think, has the much better defense in this matchup. Ranked inside the top 200 in adjusted defensive efficiency, but I think even better than that, this is a team that forces a lot of tough shots. They're a good defensive rebounding team, and Stony Brook just can't compete defensively, in my opinion. This is a team ranked 285th in adjusted defensive efficiency, 337th in three-point defense, 309 in effective field goal percentage defense. They're not the best defensive rebounding team. They do limit fouls. They're not a very, aggressive defense. But I think Brown, a team that's looking for a breakout performance offensively, this should be a really good matchup for the Bears to get going. And we saw Brown take care of business against Stony Brook last year. They won this matchup by double digits, 64-53, and that was a home game for Brown. So, this is going to be the a revenge game for Stony Brook at home. But I still think Brown's the better team here, and, we're getting a couple points with the better defense. I'll take it. Give me the Brown Bears plus the points. Next up, we see Evansville and Cincinnati. This one's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern start time on ESPN+. And when you look at Evansville on paper, this team's got a 10-2 record straight up. Looks really good, but when you look at their strength of schedule, they played the 354th toughest, or weakest, I should say, non-conference schedule in college basketball this year. They have not really been tested, and it explains why they are 10-2 this season. But when we've seen them on the road in Missouri State and BYU, those are their 2 losses. They were blowout losses, 90-78 and 96-55. Their defense really struggling in both of those true road games. Now, I don't think Cincinnati beats Evansville by 41 points like BYU did in that game, but I think it'll be closer than that than anything else, as I think Cincinnati's the much better team on both ends of the court, one of the best rebounding teams in college basketball, while Evansville, they're a good defensive rebounding team. They're one of the worst offensive rebounding teams. So Cincinnati, they get an offensive rebound on 39% of their missed shots. They should have a big advantage in the second chance points in this game. And just in general, like I said, both sides of the court, they're the better shooting team, the better defense. Cincinnati should win this game very comfortably in a blowout. Give me Cincinnati. I'll lay the points. Next up, we see Kent State and St. Mary's. This one's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Now, I liked Kent State in the last game against Oregon, but I did not like what I saw from them on the court in that ball game. That was a 14-point loss for the Golden Flashes. Of course, they failed to cover the number, and that was a game where Kent State shot really well from the three-point line. They were 11 of 24, 46%, while Oregon, 7 of 29 from three-point range, 24%. Kent State had a big advantage from the perimeter, yet they still lose that game by 14 points. That's a big red flag for me, and it's not going to get any easier against a defensive structured team like St. Mary's, who plays really well at home, really good rebounding team, and they're starting to play their best basketball of the season after, a really rough start to the year. Yes, they lost to Missouri State, but before that won 5 straight games. I think St. Mary's a much better team in this matchup. Give me St. Mary's. I'll lay the points. Next up, we see Arizona and Cal. This one's going to be 10:30 Eastern on the Pac-12 Network. I think Arizona wins this game. I think Cal covers. I think this is too many points. Cal doesn't have a great home court advantage, especially during winter break, but I still think Cal is an underrated team and a team I'm not ready to give up on in the Pac-12. I think this is a team that's going to pull off some upsets, not in this game. I do think Arizona is still one of the best teams in the country, but I think, shot quality-wise, this is a solid Cal team. Offensively, they should be able to get going as we get into conference play. They're a good rebounding team on both ends of the court, a good offensive rebounding team, right around 50th in the country. So even when the shots aren't falling, they should be able to get some second chance looks. The defense has been the problem so far for Cal, but like I said, shot quality wise, they're forcing tough shots and they're going to get better results as the season continues. Arizona, I do think because of that record, because of that great start to the season, they are still a bit overvalued in a spot like this, even though they're coming off a loss. So give me Cal plus the points in this Pac-12 conference battle. And that's it. Those are the games for Friday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.